It's currently 11:37 p.m. What I did most recently was to delete the February 12 My Dinner video. That U-Cut video project file after uploading being able to save the U-Cut video project file in full 1080p quality. I was initially afraid I was going to have to downscale it to 720p quality again. Because when I went to edit the February 12 My Dinner video during the late evening and early night hours, I mean primarily the mid to late evening hours, from first impressions, based off of the length of the raw video files I took for the February 12 My Dinner video, it just seemed like the February 12 My Dinner video would be a similar length to the February 11 My Dinner video, which I ended up having to downscale to 720p quality. And while the February 12 My Dinner video did end up being a similar length, about 22.5 minutes, whereas the February 11 My Dinner video is 26.25 minutes, so a pretty similar length. The February 12 My Dinner video I was able to save as a full 1080p quality U-Cut video project file. And hopefully from here on out I'll be able to do that for every U-Cut video project file, including this one. Here's where I am currently on the triangle ball polystyrene drawing project. I most recently did at least one new black triangle during the early night period after I uploaded uploaded the February 12 my dinner video before realizing I would need to review and then delete the February 12 my dinner video off of my phone. To make room for this my dinner video. Save the raw video files as a U-Cut video project file and ultimately upload that video project file to my YouTube channel. I primarily worked on the triangle ball, polystyrene drawing project throughout the evening hours. During which I ended up using 3 different black ultrafine Sharpie markers to make dots at the 3 corners of a triangle, then dots in the middle of the sides created by the corners. The initial dots I made at the corners, and then connecting the dots to make the triangle. That's how I've been doing, and not only these small single shape triangle patterns, but basically any small single shape pattern. I've used 3 different black ultrafine Sharpie markers today. As after a while, black ultrafine Sharpie markers have a tendency to suddenly stop marking, but if you leave them alone for a while, they suddenly start marking again. According to my recollection, this only happens with black ultrafine Sharpie markers. My dad got this for me this Dave single at a stop at the nearby Wendy's that he made with me going with my dad. Inside the Wendy's, Dad made the decision to get two Dave singles, one for me and one for him, as he was driving me back to his place from the Wegmans I work at. As he had a coupon, buy one, get one, Dave single. This is pretty much the last of the gallon of whole milk. With there being just a little splash of whole milk left in the gallon. I worked at Wegmans today from 7 in the morning to 3:30 p.m. I took my first 15-minute break at 11 in the morning. And then I took my lunch roughly from 1:30 p.m. to 2 p.m., during which I microwaved for about 2 minutes. And then I microwaved at the break room, and then ate at the cafe part of the supermarket, a helping my dad prepared for me in the morning of essentially what I'm having right now. A happy family party tray that my dad got in a nearby Americanized Chinese restaurant. I took my second and last 15-minute break at 3 p.m. The first hour or so of my shift was spent restocking for essentially restocking various oranges, lemons, and limes for a sort of citrus section that was set up by some of my coworkers before I came in. For my shift, my dad drove me to the Wegmans I work at. Then later on at my shift, during the noon afternoon period, I first relatively briefly restocked the mushroom section of the produce department from a mushroom runner. The mushroom runner. And then I restocked the carrots and celery section from the carrot runner. Throughout my shift, I would also restock the banana section of the produce department from the banana runner, which I recall having to reload at least once during my shift, but I'm pretty sure I only had to reload it once. 3 stacks of 4 full banana boxes. And I also again restocked hard items. Primarily our various potato and onion products. And throughout my whole shift, a passing customer would occasionally get my attention to request to seek assistance from me. I recall in all of those cases today, it was to look for a specific product, and if it wasn't on the floor, I would look for it in the back at the produce holding area, and sometimes I would find it there and sometimes not. Though, because I'm still relatively new to the produce department, if I saw a coworker that seemed like they might be more familiar with the produce department, both the produce department and the produce holding area, I would ask them if they knew where the particular product the customer was looking for was, and they would either lead me or the customer who initially asked me where that product was, or I would be told that we didn't currently have that product. But regardless, I always did my best to assist customers who seeked assistance from me. And I also occasionally offered assistance to passing customers, but if customers seeked assistance from me, they would get my attention in every case, usually, and not the other way around. I only recall the other way around happening once today. I recall waking up to an alarm I set on my laptop through a third-party website around 5:30 in the morning. And before my dad took me to work, roughly from 6 in the morning to 6:30 in the morning, I had 1 cup of plain coffee out of the morning pot he made today. And then during roughly the first 2 hours of my shift at Wegmans today, I had 2 Wegmans generic branded Colombian Keurig pods, because the Colombian blend is a medium roast Keurig pod flavor, and is pretty often the darkest roast coffee I can find within the break room at the Wegmans I work at. And then after me and my dad got back from first Dad picking me up after the end of my shift at Wegmans today, and then us getting back from that brief stop at Wendy's, I had 2 to 3 cups of plain coffee, 2 full cups and a partial third cup. That was about a third of a cup. Roughly from about 4:30 p.m. to about 6 p.m. at the latest. And those cups of coffee came from the afternoon pot of coffee my dad made today.